Greetings, welcome back to the Horror Metal channel. I'm a Hellhound, and today I figured I would make a video all about Judas Priest. Oh yeah. I'm going to count down my top 10 favorite Priest albums and mention some of my favorite songs from each album. So let's go ahead and begin. My number 10 would be Angel of Retribution. Now I think this is the best of their more recent albums of the post-Owens era. Since Halford came back to the band after leaving, after Painkiller, I think this is the best one. We got great songs here. We got Judas Rising, Deal with the Devil, Revolution, Worth Fighting For. I think it's an underrated track. Wheels of Fire. We got some really good ones. I think this is kind of an underrated album as a whole. I don't hear it talked about too much. But I think this is the best of the more recent ones. So, yeah, number 10, Angel Retribution. Let's go and move on. Number 9, here's another underrated album, Ram It Down. I don't understand the hate this album gets. I noticed a lot of metalheads seem to despise it for some reason. This and Point of Entry, both. They're both underrated. They're both really good. But not as good as some of the other ones to come, of course. But here we got the title track. We got Heavy Metal is a good song. Love Zone, Come and Get It, Hard as Iron, Blood Red Skies. We even got a cover of Johnny Be Good. How can you go wrong? I don't know. I think it's a good album. But you know, that's just me. Anyway, number 8, Defenders of the Faith. Now, when I was making this list, this one was originally a little bit higher, but I discovered that some of the other CDs deserve to be a little higher than this one, so, but don't underestimate this album by any means. It's still got some great tracks. Got Free Will Burning, Jawbreaker, Ride Hard, Ride Free, The Sentinel, Love Bites, and my personal favorite, Eat Me Alive. That was one of the first songs I ever heard by Priest. And it's still, I think it still rocks really hard. And of course, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll is another good song. But yeah, Defenders of the Faith, really good. Number 7 is British Steel. This is another one that was originally a little higher when I was first making the list. I think that Dave Holland was a great drummer for the band. I kind of wish he would have done a little more with them. But his drumming is definitely on point, as are Rob Halford's awesome vocals, Glenn Tipton and K.K. Downing's amazing guitars, and of course Ian Hill's bass lines. All really good. My favorite song in this album is probably Grinder. And I was actually in a band that covered Grinder, and I think we did a fairly decent job. Of course, we also have Breaking the Law, everybody's favorite track, and Living After Midnight. Those are the two big radio hits that Priest has, and they're both on this one album. Of course, Metal Gods is a great song. Rapid Fire, The Rage. Yeah, definitely some good tracks in this one. British Steel, gotta love it. Yeah, there's Rob Halford right there. He's my favorite vocalist of all time. Period. Always will be. He's the best singer in the world. Prove me wrong. Alright. Number 6. Hellbent for Leather. Or maybe Killing Machine, depending on where you live. This is another good one. Here we had Les Binks on drums. I think he was one of my favorite drummers that they ever had, too. He was really great. I wish he'd done more with the band, too. But, oh well. What can you do? Here we got Delivering the Goods, Rock Forever, Evening Star, the title track, the Green Metal issue with the two-punk crown is a cover. It's a great one, too, from Fleetwood Mac. I love it. I love it so much. And, of course, the title track. Yeah, Hellbent for Leather. Hellbent for Leather. Love it. Now we're down to the top 5. Number 5, Painkiller. I can't do a good Halford, sorry. But you won't be disappointed if you listen to this album. It's a great one. Got the title track, got Hell Patrol, got Leather Rebel, Metal Meltdown, Nightcrawler, A Touch of Evil. Oh yeah, there's just so many great tracks on here. And you know, Rob Halford, of course, left shortly after this was released. But he left on top, because this one is on point. Hell yeah. Number 4, Screaming for Vengeance. This was the first album I ever bought by Judas Priest, and it was also, a lot of the tracks on here were among the first I ever heard from the band. Of course, we got the Hellion, which is an instrumental opening track. We got Electric Eye, a fan favorite. Riding on the Wind, Bloodstone, one of my personal favorites. Take These Chains, another one of my personal favorites. It doesn't get talked about enough. The title track, You've Got Another Thing Coming, another popular fan favorite. Fever, I think is a great song. And Devil's Child, another great song. For sure. Yeah, Dave Holland was their drummer in this album too, and his drumming is on point as usual. Yeah, gotta love it. Screaming for Vengeance. Go give it a listen right now. Alright, after this video, I mean. Alright, now to the top 3. Number 3, Sin After Sin. Here we got Sinner, Diamonds and Rust, Starbreaker, Last Rose of Summer, which is a really slower, really emotive, really melodic track that was really moving and very compelling. I love it a lot. I really like Rob's woeful vocals on that one. Yeah, Raw Deal, Here Come the Tears, Dissident Aggressor, Slayer did a cover of that. Yeah, pretty cool. Sin After Sin. Pretty sure it was Simon Phillips who recorded the drums for this album, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, they've had so many drummers, it's hard to keep track. But yeah, Sin After Sin. It's a great album. Oh yeah. Number 2, Stained Class. Oh yeah, this is the one with Exciter on it. Another good song. White Heat, Red Hot, Better By You, Better Than Me. It's a Spooky Tooth cover, I believe. Stained, the title track, Invader, Saints in Hell, Beyond the Realms of Death. So yeah, some good tracks on here. The guitar playing by KK Downing and Glenn Tipton is on point here. It's some of their best work, I think. Some of the best solos and riffs. Really good. And I'm glad to see that this album gets a whole lot of praise. This is a lot of people's favorite, which is good, because it rocks. Now let's do some honorable mentions. But first, a bonus. That's right, a bonus. What's their best live album? Unleashed in the East. Yes, best Priest live album. There's a little bonus right there. Isn't that exciting? Honorable mentions. Point of Entry. Again, this almost made the list. I think this is a very underrated album. We got Heading Out to the Highway, Hot Rockin', Desert Plains, Solar Angels, Troubleshooter, and some other good ones. Again, this would probably be my number 11, and it almost made the top 10, because it's underrated as hell. I really like it. Turbo. I'm your turbo lover. Now, this one almost made my top 10 underrated albums video, because I do think this is underrated, but I don't think it's quite good enough to be considered like one of their better albums, though it is still underrated as hell. I really like Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days. But yeah, Turbo. Also Jugulator, which was with Tim Owens when he was fronting the band. His whole era is underrated as a whole. He's a fantastic vocalist, but he's no Halford. And Nostradamus, another good recent album, more recent, relatively new. I remember when this first came out. I remember walking into the record store and here they were playing it over the speaker. And they're playing the song War, I believe. And I was hooked. I was like, I gotta have that album. Gotta have it. Because it's awesome. And of course, their very first album, their debut, A Rolla. Rock-a-rolla woman for a rock-a-rolla man. Yeah, love it. And you notice his name is Bob Halford on the back cover. Huh. Bob Halford. Who knew? Gotta love it. And a number one favorite Judas Priest album of all time is, was there any doubt, Sad Wings of Destiny. I adore this CD. I freaking love it. I've played it ad nauseum. I can't get enough of it. We got Victim of Changes, The Ripper, Dreamer, Deceiver, really slow, melodic, really compelling song, but it gets faster and heavier, and it just really, really speaks to me on so many levels. Deceiver, which is my personal favorite track on the album. Tyrant, Genocide, Island of Domination, so many good ones. So many good ones. This is a perfect album front to back. I have nothing bad to say about it. Oh, and his name here is Robert Halford. I can remember by Robert. He went by Bob, then he went by Robert. Oh, they got Alan Moore on drums. You know, Alan